Hey everyone, it's Kate, Lincoln-Goldfinch. I'm here with you on a Facebook Live today to discuss President Trump's late night immigration announcement that he was going to temporarily suspend all immigration. We've had lots of client inquiries about this today, lots of phone calls, and so I wanted to just tell you what I know, and obviously we'll be updating you as we get more information. I'm trying this new what's it called, a selfie stick so hopefully this is working for you guys, and I'm trying to switch up the location so it doesn't get too boring. I'm always doing the videos in the same spot in my house. The first thing that happened was that Trump just sent out this tweet last night at 10 o'clock, just said he was going to be closing immigration, and so everyone's waiting on the executive order that's going to implement the tweet. And this is a pattern that we've seen throughout Trump's presidency, that he does some big, flashy, very scary announcement, sends everyone into panic mode. Then there's this period of wait time where we see what it means. The executive order comes out. Typically it's bad, but it's less bad than the tweet was. And then we wait for the rollout of the executive order. And then, of course, because most of the time Trump is stepping beyond his authority as a president and stepping into the realm of Congress's jurisdiction, there's litigation, and a lot of his policies get enjoined by the courts. So that's the pattern. Hi, Kathy. We're going to do a Facebook Live, and my next video will be in Spanish. For those of you who are watching and you want to hear this in Spanish, vamos a discutir eso en español en el siguiente video, en unos minutos. So that's the pattern that we see, and right now we're in the very first part of the pattern, the panic after the tweet. There have been some news articles that have come out from people who saw a draft of the executive order, and what it appears to do is temporarily block employment non-immigrant visas, meaning temporary status for people who are coming to the United States to work. It does not appear that it's going to be affecting citizenship cases, family-based immigration cases like green cards, and certainly not humanitarian cases like VAWA, U visas, T visas for victims of crime, asylum, or deportation. I mean, one thing to keep in mind is that the immigration system, as we know it, has been in place since the Civil Rights era. That there's basically three buckets for immigration. There's family-based immigration, employment immigration, and then humanitarian immigration. And those limits, those visa numbers, are set by Congress, and it's not something that the president can just change with an executive order. He does have some authority over issuing non-immigrant visas over the Department of State, and so I'll talk about that in a minute. But I just want to remind everyone that we actually already had a block of visa processing because the consulates are closed due to COVID, and so we haven't had consular interviews. And that continues. Just a quick immigration update that the U.S. embassies and consulates around the globe are still closed for appointments. They're only available for emergencies. And U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service, which is the U.S.-based office that adjudicates work permits, green cards, citizenship, they are closed to interviews, so you can't go and do your green card interview, you can't do your citizenship interview, but they are still processing, they're accepting and processing cases, and we've actually seen our cases speed up a little bit, I think because they're focusing their resources on getting through the cases. They are not doing biometrics appointments, so for people who need biometrics to get their work permit, that is delayed. But if you're renewing your work permit, they are using previously captured biometrics, which is great. And then in terms of the court system, the courts remain closed through May 3rd for non-detained cases, and we'll see what happens at the end of that. MPP, the Migrant Protection Protocols, or the Remain in Mexico program cases, is for all the people who are seeking asylum. And those hearings are, I believe this morning I saw that they were extended through May 15th, or maybe all of the hearings are extended through May 15th. I will double check that and update you guys on the next video in the beginning in English. I think EOIR, this is what it is, now I'm remembering. EOIR, the Immigration Court System, is closed through May 15th. And U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services closed through May 3rd, but we might see an extension on that. With the immigration court cases, they are only going forward with detained cases. So there's still lots of people in detention, and their cases are moving forward. And we have seen some people getting out of detention based on medical issues. So it's worth seeking release on parole or on bond. For those of you who have family members who are detained, it's definitely worth asking for release based on what's happening with COVID. So back to the tweet. We don't know a lot. We're waiting on the executive order, and of course I will do an update with you guys as soon as we get that. What the draft notices, the reports of the draft notices say that they're suspending for either 90 days or 120 days, I've heard both, the issuance of temporary worker visas. So that would be, L's, H's, maybe some J visas, things like that. And then maybe employees on H-1Bs are going to have to show that there's no U.S. worker available to do their job. That might be a restriction. We don't know yet about student visas, and there does seem to be an exception for immigrant workers who are applying for visas to do farm work and to do any type of medical work. So it's not a lot of concrete information. Most of the inquiries that we've gotten today are about, is this going to affect my green card application or my removal of conditions or my citizenship? So far, with what we know, this is not going to affect those cases at all. And of course, we'll update you as soon as we have more concrete information on that. So I think that's it for today. I'm going to just hop over and do a Spanish video. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in these comments, and I'll be following up on the comments. But as always, you can contact us via Facebook Messenger or with our phone number at 512-599-8500. You can just call us or send us a text message, and we'll be responding to all of your inquiries that way. Stay safe, everyone. Talk soon.